Yeah, we're making an appearance. I think we're gonna do a $10,000 prize this time and absolutely blow it up like some. So what's like your stream career?
Dude, when I was in college, I spent a stupid amount of time watching people play video games on Twitch.
What is it like YouTube? Like I've been on Twitch like once or twice. Is it like YouTube where you find people, you follow them, and like
Yeah, it's kind
that's
of like
the game?
YouTube. It's not like videos really like that, so you're really just watching people live. Like if people like we could do this on Twitch and people could like tune in to like the podcast being live streamed on Twitch.
Should we do that?
Like
Maybe we should.
we can definitely look into doing that, dude, and that opens up a whole world of like you start getting like subscribers and stuff.
You're like I don't want to. You're like I can't go back.
I know. I'm just saying. Like it is something that we could absolutely look into.
We talked about like the original vision for this show is to be like a TV show, like a live show, and I
Mhm.
think maybe at some point maybe there's another route to do it, but it was just way too difficult with trying to get the recording from Twitter where the
I think
audience
that's a
is.
lot of moving pieces just straight off the
Hmm.
bat. I think if anything, it'd be really really cool if like down the road, we could just have it like integrated into our website, like where we literally have we have like the overlay. It looks like a recording studio, and so like when we come in and Shrimp Tales is being recorded, we'll have the little live Shrimp Tales going, and
Wow.
at any other time that's just our like vlog spot. So like if you go to that page when we're not recording, that's just our library of past episodes. But like it could just be like a landing, like a page off of our website, like here's the Shrimp Tales page. And I
That
don't
would
know.
be
I don't
unbelievable.
know. Yeah, I have no idea even what would go into setting that up remotely on like the
Yeah.
back end, but just like pitching ideas. I think that would be
I
sweet.
think I love that idea. What kind of got me thinking about like the show is I listen to a ton of podcasts, watch a ton of YouTube videos, and there's like last 2 years ago I went down the real estate rabbit hole like hard. Like what's like that there's this one kind of like media company, content company. I forget what they're called, but they're really well known. It's like a blue logo and they just have like so much content, podcasts, videos, everything around
Yeah.
buying houses, rental properties, all that stuff. And they just had so much content that was video, audio everywhere. And I was like, man, that's the move. That is the move to have people want. You can just make your own, you can make your own TV network. That's kind of how I think about like Shrimp
Yeah.
Media. It's like we're making our own network with like multiple pieces of content, video, audio. Right? It's like I see it being
Yeah, well, and
bigger there.
it's I think using those pieces of content to fight for you on multiple levels, because I mean you think about it, like part of my take, like Big Cat and PFT like literally just banter about sports,
Hmm.
and they have a recording like me and you doing right now, a recording of
Hmm.
them doing that, and that's what they post on YouTube. And so that's literally just like the
Yeah.
raw content, and then they have that audio file that then goes into their Spotify. And so it's one sitting of them recording a podcast, and then they're then creating snippets for like Twitter posts, and like, oh, blah 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 said this hot take, like
Hmm.
link.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
all it's just like,
It's
it's
so
the content working on multiple fronts.
it's so scalable, and that's what's crazy. It took me like
Mm-hmm.
this is like a big tangent, but it's built in public. Let's do it. We're recording. We've been recording, but
Yeah.
it took a real like I'm a really private person. Like I don't post on Instagram. Like I'm not a big social media guy at all, and it took a really long time to put content out because I consume so much content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just listen to every podcast, read all sorts of books, all of that. But it is unbelievable the scale that content has. I know like Naval's got a thing about it too. Like, the only two things that are kind of ultimately scalable are content and media and software. And it's just so true. Like, it's crazy to see our views on the podcast
Yeah.
are around 100 right now. And it's like 100 people hear this conversation. And whenever I'm like down about like, man, we need more followers, we need more subscribers, we need more whatever, I'm always like, put 100 people in a room, you know what I mean? And then like, what does that
Yeah.
look like? They're listening to this conversation and they can listen to it for 5 years, right? Like, it's
Yeah,
crazy how
it's
scalable it is.
this content is gonna be working on us. Like we're gonna be sleeping, and people can listen to this. Like once we're done with this conversation, we're never ever gonna have to think about it ever again. And this is a piece of content that will continue to work for us and continue to, you know, give us exposure and let people know a little bit what we're about. So
Hmm.
yeah, the
Makes you
content
like,
machine, gotta get it rolling.
yeah, that kind of comes into, a good segment for Shrimp Tales Day.
Yeah.
This is the complete opposite vibe of last week's Shrimp Tales. Last week's Shrimp Tales, I was in a war zone, dude. Absolute war zone. And pacing around the hack house. This week, chill's a cucumber. You know what I mean? I like this vibe we got going, man. With this,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
good.
No, I do. We didn't even have a formal
But
intro. We just started talking and then
yeah, we'll
straight into
we'll
it.
we'll cut this. We'll cut this back at the front. Welcome to the Shrimp Tail Show. I'm here with Garrett Duncan, who is the community manager of the Shrimp Society, and we're here talking about a couple of things. We've been thinking about structuring this a little bit differently to provide more evergreen content. If you tuned in last week, we talked shop on that a little bit, and we created a little bit. I guess we're putting more prep into it and want to deliver more value per second or per minute, right? So if there's some
Yeah.
equation there,
Value per.
and value per listen, exactly. And we're thinking about a couple ways to do that. One of the big ones is the building community mindset that we're all about here at the Shrimp, and sharing more about behind the scenes of the Shrimp, mixing in about 75% value, insights, building community stuff, and 25% kind of banter and community events from the week and recaps and things like that, what we're looking ahead for. But I guess I kind of like that intro vibe. That was good stuff. That's definitely going to make it to the
Yeah.
episode.
No, I think so too, and I think we can chop some stuff up from that, and turn that into little teaser content. But just
That's
going,
why we're going
kind of
video
going
too.
along, I
J
guess.
Mitch.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
J Mitch, J
J
Mitch, get
Mitch
on it.
is well, J Mitch was like, hey, we got to go video. You know what I mean? He's the content king, so
Oh, he's
that's
putting
why we're
us
out
to
here on
work. Yeah,
video.
he's saying y'all got to get on it. What are y'all aren't giving me enough to material?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But what's up, man? How was your week in Shrimp?
my weekend shrimp was good. I mean, I feel like I've been kind of in just I don't know, weird like mellow headspace lately. So I need to get back into that. Just back to the grind. Get on. Get excited about everything. It's good to have you guys back from Hack Week. A lot of great stories from there, but I miss my Miami peeps. All of y'all were completely radio silent the whole week. What a shame.
Yeah, big time, big time, dude. It's pretty cool. I met up with the Shrimp Games team today at the CIC, which is this really nice co-working space in Miami, and we just jammed all day in a conference room on Shrimp Games and V2 of Shrimp Games. We're meeting with the founders of Pokemon Go tomorrow,
That's
who are pretty
awesome.
interested in evaluating from an investment perspective. Obviously, I don't know if you played Pokemon Go.
I did a little bit, like in the kind of augmented reality space. That's kind of right to the top of the chain. And, they kind of took the
That's
world by
it.
storm over there. Like that's yeah, that's
But
about as high as you can get right now.
exactly. So, they kind of put out a memo or an announcement or something, like a call for companies, people that were building kind of the future of augmented reality NFT gaming. Play to earn gaming and NFTs is obviously huge, but I think they're thinking about, how can we integrate some of the technology we have and this location based stuff. And sure enough, we got an introduction to them, and boom. Shrimp Effects. We got a meeting
Boom.
with them. So
Just like that.
we'll see what
Yeah.
comes of that. this is some alpha here. We're planning Shrimp Games V2 at the South by Southwest conference. You ever been?
Dude, I have not been to South by Southwest, which is surprising considering how much time I've spent in Austin and I grew up in Houston. But if the shrimp are making an appearance, I'm definitely gonna be there, my friend.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we're making an appearance. I think we're gonna do a $10,000 prize this time and absolutely blow it up like some like go viral, like big
Bro, that's
time
some money.
viral. Yeah, I think we're gonna blow it out of the water and just be like the game of South by Southwest. Like we're hoping for press
Yeah.
coverage. We're hoping for the whole 9 yards. I want to call the host of Amazing Race. Well, not call him, but we need to. If anybody listening knows the host of Amazing Race, I forget the guy's name, but we want him there to give
Oh,
out the
dude, I'm looking it up
prize.
now because I know exactly who it
You
is.
know who I'm talking about, right? We got to get him in the
Yeah, my
building.
parents would be mad at me that I can't get this.
I think if we do this right, it's gonna pull a lot of nostalgia heartstrings from like
Yeah.
the millennial really millennial crew that grew up with Amazing Race, and then we put a $10,000
Phil
prize on it.
Kagan.
Yo, show me a picture of him. Let me see.
Here we go. I'll get him in the camera.
Pull him up. Pull him
Yeah,
up.
dude, that's some serious money. Let's see. Can we get a focus here?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, it's a little bit blurry, but yeah, that's who.
Well, we got to get him. If anybody listening knows Phil Kagan, hit us up. Chris at theshrimpstudy.com. Send me an email. We'd like to bring him in. We'll put him up for the week.
Okay.
But yeah, I think if we do this right, so check it out. It's going to be a like multi-day competition where we release new spots. So spots is the social proof of thing, is what we're calling it. Spot X is the name. So there's going to be about 10 spots per day that are released. And then I think on the last day, we're going to make them all riddles. So the first couple days, you'll know the general location. It'll be
Yeah.
like a building or whatever. But I think the last day, we're going to make it riddles. And then it's going to be entries into the raffle is where we're at right now. So every
Okay.
every spot X you collect, you'll get a entry into the raffle, but then there'll be like
Uh-huh.
boosters. So if you collect, all 10 on one day, you'll get like an extra 5
Yeah.
entries or something like that. Have some kind of boosters and thresholds. And I mean, $10,000 to get people moving,
That's a lot
that's
of
that's a
money,
lot
dude.
of money.
Can I
It's a
play?
lot.
$10,000 if I'm
Yeah.
on there. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
That's a lot
definitely.
of
You got to go
money.
to Austin though. It's location based. You got to be there. Proof of attendance.
Oh, come on, man. I got the squad in Austin.
So
We'll roll deep for shrimp games.
let me ask you something. We want to run the beta at Mardi Gras to get footage, to get test the technology. Do you think we could do it?
Okay. I think,
Be
dude,
pretty
I
cool,
definitely think
right?
we could do that. I think that would be super cool. Yeah, that would be fun. How many people are we trying to get involved?
I think the Mardi Gras crowd would be perfect because we'd make it private just for shrimp that are there. The prize can be like merch or something because here's some alpha if you listen. We're
Yeah,
planning to
just something
drop
fun.
merch at Mardi Gras. So, but something fun to test the technology because then South by Southwest is 2 weeks later. So it gives the team some time to work out the bugs,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah, dude, we're building some tech over here. The
This
Shrimp
has got me
Labs is building
excited,
tech.
dude. I'm bullish.
And then I want to follow people around like Amazing Race, like have a couple teams and give them a GoPro and just film and
Yeah.
see what we can do.
Give him a GoPro and just get after it. Dude, that has a lot of potential. I feel like the viral potential of that is pretty big. Like
That's what I'm
if we
hoping for.
position ourselves right and like do some nice advertising and some nice like get the word out. Yeah, I think that could be big.
Yep.
I
And then
think who
it's
knows? There might even be people going to Southwest just to compete at shrimp games.
Yeah, for
South by
sure.
Southwest.
We're gonna have a leaderboard. We're gonna have everything. The team is fired up on it. We got a good group, and it's all just part of the IP. I know Burley loves his derivative projects. Well, this is some derivative IP that's coming out, but I think it could be big. And check, this is the kicker. It's gonna be like Sandbox or Decentraland, where you can build your own AR games on top of it. So Bored Apes could launch a scavenger hunt. So Ultra could
uh,
launch a program. It's the layer that you
is that
build on top of.
is that like subscription based, or like, I mean, because it's obviously like decentralized, right? Like it's supposed to be open,
Well,
kind of.
it's like in the perfect world, you would have your wallet and you could play shrimp games if you're a shrimp, which is a continuous game, and we can integrate discounts at local places
Mm-hmm.
when you go there and collect the NFTs or whatever it is. You could have it just for an event and say Ultra or South by Southwest just wants to have this as a promotional thing for their event to get people more engaged and moving around into different places. Or you can build a complete game based on it. You can build a whole NFT game, play to earn, on top of it. So think
Yeah.
about Axie Infinity, right? If
Wow.
you could take that, I've never played it, but if you could take some of these NFT games or these companies that have an NFT as your pass plus
Mm-hmm.
tokens, and you can integrate tokens as well as like rewards.
So literally be like
It'd be
play to
pretty
earn
nuts.
Pokemon Go, like in like where we're
Yeah,
doing like in a amazing race style thing. This would be just kind of like free for all around the world.
you could just build a game and launch it, just like you can build a metaverse game in Decentraland, like the ice poker and things like that, which is like like think bigger type of stuff. But
Yeah.
why not? If you're going to build it, you
Yeah.
might as well build it for other people to build on top of, and then it's a great
Oh
scale, like
yeah.
kind of go to market strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
that's coming. That's some serious alpha. I don't know if
That's gonna
the
take
team's
some
gonna be mad
marination.
about it. Yeah, everybody listening signed our NDA, but it's coming out in a month. But yeah, man, what else you got? You got a shrimp of the week for us? That was I wanted to chat shrimp games because it's fresh in my mind, but I don't want to take
No,
too much
absolutely.
time because we
That
got more
is
coming.
no, that was
Oh,
that
actually,
was
let me jump on the end of Miami Hack Week. We never talked about that.
yeah, yeah. Like, give us an update, and then we can hit shrimp of the week after that.
Yeah, yeah. So we we had a winner. Her name was Paula, and the second we dropped the news about shrimp game, she just collected like eight, like in the next couple hours. She just went for it, collected all of them, and so she won. And at the final expo, we were planning to play the game at the expo and make a big announcement like, "Hey, the last one's here." And kind of create some chaos and people running around for the $1,000. But she had already won, so we were like, "That's fair, right?" We want to like
Yeah.
so it's all good. And then we went on stage, gave her the briefcase full of cash. Pretty fun walking around with a briefcase full of cash, I gotta say.
Did you have a
No one,
security?
no, but this people kept wanting to hold it, and I'm like, no. You can't
No.
hold it. They're like, I just want to like see
You
how heavy it is. I'm like, no.
you can't hold the
But
$1,000 cash I'm walking around with.
I gotta say though, it took up a lot less space than I thought. I thought it was gonna take up more space. It was
Was it in
it's
20s?
you no, no, no. If it was in 20s, it would have like been one stack. But I got it in singles,
Yeah,
so it would take up more space. But I think for the South by Southwest one, we're definitely gonna need like I think $10,000 singles will fill up that briefcase for sure. Yeah, because that was
oh
probably like
yeah.
one layer, and yeah, and then we'll give it away at the for the winner. Big raffle at the end.
I feel like
Pretty
that's gonna
nuts.
be kind of painful. Whoever has to actually physically hand over the 10 grand, like we gotta have somebody watching them to make sure that they actually hand it over.
Yeah, we're gonna need some security for that one for sure. 1,000 is definitely not chump change, but 10,000 is like, all right, we need
But ten
security now.
thousand, yeah, we need it. We need it actually like. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably gonna have to. I feel like that has to be like a check. Like we'll give you a check and then we'll like Venmo you.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe the or the briefcase is full of like fake cash just
Yeah,
for the
10,000
show, and
cash just
then
seems like a liability issue. Like
yeah,
the
I was pretty
safety is.
nervous. I was nervous just walking around with like, when I went to the bank at like definitely like a weird conversation too. And then walking around with just like these stacks of cash, like you're peeping over your shoulder.
Definitely have to handcuff the briefcase to somebody.
Yeah. Big time, big time. All right, hit us with some shrimp of the week. What do we got? What do we got? We're trying to hit this
Yeah,
segment every
so
week now.
we are going to hit this segment every week. I will be selecting a shrimp of the week with the help of you and getting on a phone call with them. This is going to kind of be an abbreviated shrimp of the week because we got Blockhead as our shrimp of the week, and I believe we're having him on Sunday dinner, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Sunday dinner, he's in.
So, yes, Blockhead is in for Sunday dinner, which tune into that. It's going to be awesome. We're having him on Sunday dinner to specifically tell his story because I was not going to do it justice, but just a little bit of background into his life.
Give him, yeah,
We got his
give
first
him a teaser so that
a little
people, yeah, I
teaser,
feel like this will
a
be
little
good, a
teaser.
teaser,
So,
yeah, so
yeah,
they'll
so I
come
know
to
what's going
Sunday
on.
dinner.
So he got his first personal computer in junior high, which was around when people were just getting personal computers in their houses. And so he learned basic code out of physical, like actual binders after school, which I thought was
Wow.
kind of mind blowing because we could literally just Google whatever we want. And this dude was
Hmm.
learning code out of binders, writing it in notebooks. And so he said one of his early projects was literally Quizlet, but he built it in the 80s. So he was like, I missed out on the IP on that. And I can't even imagine how big that could be. And then
Hmm.
he went to Columbia Engineering School. And after that, went into the corporate world. After that, went into kind of more the entrepreneurial route. So he's got a little bit of both backgrounds, and I'm excited to hear him tell his story again because I heard it the first time and it's
Yeah,
dramatic. It had me on the edge of my seat. He's
I
got the
love it.
energy to tell it too. Yeah, he tells it like it's a show.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped. You might have to interview him. I'm trying to change my flight, so you might, you might. That'll
I
be
might
good
get
though,
the
because you kind of
interview.
know the stories. Yeah, I think so. Burley
Yeah,
doesn't feel confident enough to get up there, but I think Burley's
next
great at
man
Sunday
up,
dinner.
next man up.
Yeah.
I think Burley's great too. I don't know.
I don't know. That's good. I'm excited for that. We can drop the lineup for Sunday dinner across the month. After this, we have Tara Demrin, who's a good friend of mine, absolute badass. She's like 26, 25, and was the first employee at a company that got acquired for a pretty nice chunk of change. And then she went on to co-found a company called, oh man, I forget the name right now, but it was in the solar energy space, like solar panels for
Yeah,
commercial
yeah.
properties. And they had like a
We love that. Go
fund that
green,
was
baby.
collecting. Yeah, it was super cool stuff. And all along the way, she's been an artist. I went to one of her. She had like a gallery event, and an author as well with this book called the butterfly effect. No, not the butterfly effect. Man, I'm doing her no justice right now. Tara, I'm sorry if you're listening, but we'll drop the info when it comes up, and we'll get the episode going for Sunday dinner. But that's gonna be in 2 weeks, and then we have the co-founder of Curio Cards, which is gonna be pretty cool. And we're going to be dropping a pre Mardi Gras NFT for that, or he's working on a pre Mardi
Yeah.
Gras NFT for that. So the reason I say this is because coming back to building community behind the scenes of the shrimp, what is the priority of the month? I've been asking a lot of people this. It's my new question. What's your priority for the month? A priority for this month for the shrimp is to get ahead. Get ahead
Yeah.
on everything. You know what I mean? Stop
Hmm.
playing catch up, stop
I feel
floating.
that.
And I feel like we're in a really good spot where January was like figuring out our systems, figuring out the team, figuring out our programs, how we're gonna work together, how it's gonna be, all this stuff. And now I feel like February, let's get ahead. Let's like have things planned out. Let's have sponsors planned out. Let's
Yeah.
not be scrambling last
I
second, you
feel
know?
like we're also so rapid fire though that like we kind of do it to ourselves in a sense. Like we
We do.
could be so far ahead, but we just like that high energy. Like we kind of thrive in the chaos of like, all right, we got this event coming up in 3 weeks, and then guess what? 3 weeks after that, another event, and then 3 weeks after that, another event. Like we're kind of
Yeah.
that's that's our sweet spot for the since we've launched. But I definitely
Yeah.
could see the need to kind of take a break, slow down, get ahead a little bit.
Yeah, and it's like it's more of a we were talking on the call, like on the team call last night about just committing to things and then getting them past the finish line. So we wrote down kind of our focus points for the month, like
Hmm.
as a team, not like pure program, so more just as a team, what are we trying to focus on? It was one, getting ahead, two, committing, and three, I forget how we worded it, but basically getting things into the end zone, right? We got a lot of
Yeah,
things that
not leaving
are on the
half boiled
10.
ideas.
We got a lot of things that are on the 10-yard line with Miami Hack Week, like the shrimp drop, commemorative shrimp drop that got left on the 10-yard line, and we're doing it now, but it definitely got left on the 10-yard line. There were a couple things with that. There's just yeah, and I think the more planning we have ahead of that is where I was talking with Jordan about this too, is where we can get ahead, and those things are just they're good. And it's not like the week of you're panicking. It's like no, everything's taken
Yeah.
care of. So that's a big focus as the organization, as the leadership team. What do you think of that? What was your take?
I mean, so I liked what we were talking about. We were also talking about how we kind of, and I agree with this. We kind of had like a lot of plates in the air at a time, which is what was causing some of those things to end up on like the 10-yard line because we have all these great ideas and we're kind of working on them all simultaneously, and then towards the end we kind of weed some out that are already like
Mm-hmm.
we've put effort into them. So I think whenever we start to plan, our agenda for the next month or the next quarter or whatever, we gotta kind of take a stance at the beginning and be like, all right, these are the main points for this event. And once we like have those main points, I mean, you always have to allow for some adaptability and flexibility, but like for the most part, we gotta just work on those and make
Yeah.
those just badass. Because once we leave it open ended and start being able to, we're half like I say our deadline was a month, we're 2 weeks in, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, hey, our ideas are going great, but now let's bring all this stuff in
Mm-hmm.
because this will make it, the next level, quote unquote. Then we kind of end up with like
Yeah.
half baked stuff. Um,
100%. And I think there's a lot of that with Miami Hack Week. I think there's, I don't know if it's a team, it's definitely like a me thing, a team thing, but kind of having some optionality. I think we like previously, and I think this is kind of macro to, or maybe applies to a lot of startups or someone building is, having some optionality, having a lot of routes you can take for us served us really well in year one. Oh, speaking of that, we're 1 year into the shrimp, 368 days.
what?
Yeah,
Ear,
pretty
ear,
wild.
ear,
Pretty
ear.
wild.
Wow.
Counting the days and we
That's
hit
insane.
365. Yeah, pretty awesome. But in the first 365 days, we were really opportunistic, right? Like, oh,
Yeah.
this conference is going on, let's throw a happy hour, let's capitalize on it because we didn't have a big enough audience or brand to stand alone, right? So we kind of
Mm-hmm.
had to be tacking on to other things or opportunistic or more flexible, which was good, but also led to a lot of short notice and stress and things like that. This year,
Yeah.
it's really the opposite, where we have the mass, we have the resources to just commit and say we're going to Mardi Gras on Friday. The event is from 4 to 7. There's going to be a live
Yeah.
band. There's going to be oysters, and we want these types of people there. Let's go invite them. Let's order the band, or sign the band. Let's do it. It's all shipped
Yeah.
there. It's good. It's locked in. And if it fails, it fails,
Mm-hmm.
right? If only 10 people show up, then that's on us. But
Those 10 people are going to
I
have a
don't know.
great time.
Yeah, they have a lot of oysters, but I think that is a big like change I'm seeing in the organization is
Yeah.
we have more mass to be able to commit now and bring the resources to it,
We're
which
kind of
now
hitting
is
our
just making
stride
sure we're doing the
too.
right thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we're kind of finding out where we're comfortable operating, like what works and what doesn't, and we can kind of hone in on those things. We don't have to be all over the place, you know. It's great at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning to have all these like big dreams and ambitions, which I'm not saying we still don't, but we're starting to dial it in.
Yeah. And it's a matter of kind of reducing scope and getting the main things across the board. I think, we're saying the same thing, but doing things well, less things well also
Yeah.
is really strong. Like we moved alpha nights to biweekly, right? I think that was a good move to
Hmm.
really make those
I think that
impactful.
was a good move.
Oh, I I'm pretty stoked about getting the community calendar going.
Yes, I did see that. Super hype about that. I already have it on my phone. I already logged it
Yeah.
into my iPhone.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that. I woke up, this is no joke. I woke up at 3 in the morning, tossing and turning, and just started Googling calendar apps.
I
And sure
love
enough, a
it, dude.
great paid ad came up. And I was like, this is what we've been dreaming of because we had something
Literally
else on
what
the
we've been
website
looking
and it
for.
was awful. It was awful what we had before that we were going to launch. And this is beautiful. I love this thing. So
I was actually
it's nice
kind
to
of like
see.
skeptical of it at first. Whenever you sent it out, I was like, "Oh man, like because I've never experienced something like that, and it was seamless. Literally just click, click, subscribe, boom, on my phone."
Yeah, I'm really happy about this, and hopefully, I
I'm
also am
looking
excited to see
forward
how many
to.
people subscribe. That'll be good.
I think we're definitely gonna have to push out that announcement at least 5 times.
Yeah, definitely. I wish it would populate
Not
in
even
Discord, but
exaggerating.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think the next big step here is we need to start collecting everyone's email and start tying their email to their Discord name and
Mm-hmm.
being able to communicate with people on email because there's just so many people that don't check Discord, which is fine. You know, they're great shrimp, but they're missing out
Yeah.
because that's kind of our main messaging channel. So what I find is like I was
Yeah.
today with a shrimp who was like, "Hey, you guys should do a calendar," and I was like, "We just did that, like earlier today." And like, "Oh, I don't know." So it's like we
And I
need
mean that's where all of our virtual events happen too. I mean like that's a big part of the offering that we, like the community
mm-hmm,
is spread out over a large area and we kind of have this, I'm not like we can't force people to get on Discord obviously,
mm-hmm.
but we need to at least
It's where
find
the
a way
value
to
is.
notify people. Yeah, to notify people who aren't on Discord like, "Hey, this event's coming up on Discord. You might want to be on Discord just for this."
Yeah, exactly. Because someone saw that calendar that I was with who doesn't check Discord much, and they were like, "Oh, what's Alpha Night?" And I was like, "We've been running Alpha Night for like 2 months. How do you not know what Alpha Night is?"
Yeah.
But yeah, I think better communication, more communication on more channels will be good, and
Hmm.
have it be united. And that's another thing. Getting back to getting ahead is you know if we understand the 3 months, and that's kind of the point we're getting to, is we understand the next 3 months of events, both virtual and in real life, then we can continuously remind people and drive attention to those because it's not 2 weeks out or 1 week out, right? And with this
Yeah.
calendar, people will
We're
see it and they won't book
hmm
things, right? So that's the intent, I guess. I'm really hoping that communication across the entire organization, from fellowship to NFT members to partners to new people, future shrimp,
hmm
is a lot better with that. So I'm interested to see how that goes.
I think something that we should do, which will go a ways, feeds into getting ahead, communication, all that stuff. We need I know we have Notion, but like a content calendar for like maybe like Twitter or like our Discord announcements or something. So like at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of the month, like we come in and we have our shrimp calendar laid out, and then we can say, all right, we need to promote these events on these days, so that because for poker night or whatever, I had K Ross texting in troops, and it was like, poor guy couldn't get somebody to announce poker night, you know. And it's like that's a big deal. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
something that's big. And so if we have just it wasn't for lack of interest. It was just kind of we had a lot of moving parts going on in the middle of Miami Hack Week, and so it kind of fell by the wayside. Whereas if we had a schedule of like anybody can go look at like or like admin on the team can go look at and say like, all right, we need an announcement for poker night tonight.
Mm-hmm. No, I love that. I'm actually just Googled Discord scheduler, and I think I found something. I'm going to drop it to you, and I think let's get it integrated
Yeah.
today. Dude, know what's so fun about this stuff? Know what is so fun about this? It's all compounds. It all
Mm-hmm.
compounds. You know, and
And
the
that's what I'm
more
saying. Yeah, this is gonna
compounding
like make
pieces you can
all of
put
our
in.
stuff go smoother.
Yeah.
Like
I
this is gonna be impactful on multiple levels.
like the calendar. That's something that has been a pain in the ass for months that people have been asking
Mm-hmm.
about. And I don't know why it hasn't happened. Sorry to everyone who's been asking, but there's different priorities and things fall through the crack, right? But it's like now that is going to compound and provide value. And if we can get the Discord thing
Uh-huh.
going, we're doing some other stuff. It's like, it's so cool to see that you have this engine, right? And these little tweaks just keep making it run smoother and smoother and bigger and better and more value to everyone.
Yeah,
And it's so fun.
it's it's the tools we're getting that we have. Like we're figuring out these tools that will work for us. You know, instead of like that'll be kind of an advertiser. Instead of constantly having to post about something, we can just link up. Hey, make sure you guys are checking the calendar. Boom, boom, boom. This
Well,
stuff is
that's,
coming up.
yeah. And then you tie it back to kind of our company operating system, which I want to do a whole episode on our company operating system on Notion and what we're doing there.
I am so down to just
Be
take a
really
deep dive
cool.
into that. Yes.
Yeah, and do like we can do a screen share. Maybe we even do it on Zoom, so it'll be good on YouTube. But now so we have the calendar, and now it's like I scheduled a task for every Monday of every week for us to review the calendar and make sure things are up
Mm-hmm.
to date, right? And we can do the same thing with Discord. But it's like it really compounds, man. I'm fired up. I'm fired up for month or for February.
Yeah.
Feel like we're about to break through operationally
We're
as a
in the
team and
lab,
as a
baby.
community. Yeah, big time mixing potions.
Yeah, we
That's
cooking it
good.
up.
That's good stuff, man. I think this is a fire episode. We went real building building community here. I like this vibe.
Dude,
The
I
lights put me on a
really
whole different vibe.
this. All right, no, you're showing me out a little bit, bro. I'm gonna have to like get something I can set up in here, like just like maybe around this window right here, and only for the episode, because like there's no way my girl will let me have just LEDs up in my house like around the clock, but like only for the episode I can click on some LEDs. Dude, those signs were so sick. Look,
Yeah.
tell me,
I'm
tell
gonna
me
get
that
that shrimp sign for right here, for right there. I'm getting the
one of
shrimp
the
sign.
bro. That's what I'm saying. Tell me one of the bitches would have looked great. Just like
Yeah, we're gonna get
right
those.
here and in the back for the recording. Like
So
and dude,
clean. Yeah,
honestly,
coming and
look,
get the one.
those are little things that like look those kind of seem like what is it like extra like not the word shoot I'm drawing a blank
Yeah, extra like over the top.
but those are the types of things like that really make a difference, man. When you're talking production quality and when you're talking just like enjoyability of watching, like because
Hmm.
honest to God, look at your camera, like your side versus mine. Which
Yeah,
side do you want to look at for an hour? Like this is so bright
exactly.
and like not
White
welcome. Like I feel like
light.
I'm
Yeah.
recording from a doctor's office right now. like
I always wondered why people did that for Twitch and like all that. like why they do
So
the lights.
the key
It
lights is a
works.
different thing because that shit works. Like that's different than like because you can have your background just like that, but then you are gonna be like boom, like on it.
Hmm.
Like that's why I liked actually playing. I had a dual monitors, but like I don't. I liked playing with my second monitor on, just like on like a low like brightness web page because it was just kind of give me like some ambient lighting like when I was
Yeah.
streaming.
The other big thing I think that I was looking into, dude, this podcast, this was supposed to be, like kind of, it started as like a casual, we should do this, chop it up about the community, it would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Now it has taken up a good amount of my thoughts for
Bro,
I'm thinking about it all week. It's in my head. This podcast is in my
I
head. I
love
ordered
shrimp
these
tails
lights. I just
too.
ordered stuff on Amazon.
Yes, me too, bro.
Like
All
I
right, well,
looked
like
up
I'm talking
camera
about making this
angles.
podcast like a main content engine. Like
Oh yeah, for
this is
sure.
sick.
For
I
sure.
think there's so much potential for shrimp tails.
Yeah, I completely agree. And you're so right. The setup, like last time I was sitting on a plastic chair with my AirPods in, pacing around a bedroom during a party, recording this.
Mm,
Now I'm in a chair, I'm chilling, got a good camera angle, I got the light, and I feel comfortable. I got
yeah,
the mic, and it
yeah.
makes a difference. It makes a difference also in kind of, I think, the pace of the delivery. Like this is very laid back compared to the other
Oh,
one,
I think this
but I
episode
think
was
this
a
is the vibe.
fucking 10 out of 10. This was my favorite episode to record so far. And talking
I'm giving
about
this
just like,
an A plus.
yeah, yeah. This was a good episode. I'm going to enjoy listening to this episode.
I love it. I love Shrimp Tales. Everybody, this was perhaps the best Shrimp Tales episode that has ever been recorded. And so
The
there's a new
best one so far,
standard.
yeah.
We hope you like it. We hope you liked the more laid back conversational vibes. We hope that you got some value. We thought through, all of that. I think what we want to do now, coming up on the fifth episode next time, is we want to hear from you. So if you are in the shrimp or you stumbled across this, give us a shout in the Discord, or my email is chris@theshrimpsociety.com. And give us a shout, give us a comment on what you think, what you want to see more of. This is all about Shrimp Tales. Build in public, build in community, behind the scenes of what it looks like to run and build an NFT project, a community of entrepreneurs, and all of that. So let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you like. Let us know if you like the lights. Let us know if you liked Garrett's background, and if we're gonna give him a makeover on his house. I
Yeah,
gotta
if
talk to
you
your
like my
girlfriend. We'll
background
set up a
better,
room.
if you like my background better, we'll both do my background next time and see how everybody feels about it. Like it'll be great.
I
Like
love
everyone's
it.
gonna have to wear blue light glasses to just watch the recording.
I love it, man. Awesome. Well, enjoy, and thanks for tuning in to Shrimp Tales, everybody.